Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I thought I'd jump on at the beginning of this video. I don't usually do that, but I'm here just to say massive thank you for your support in my autumn series. There's a couple of weeks left before I hit Halloween, and I've already started filming Halloween videos and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Secondly, my brand new channel launches tomorrow, and this is just a little quick reminder that tomorrow, 20th of August, 5 p.m. UK time, my very first video on my brand new channel starts, and that is going to be a live chat premiere. So if you can make that amazing, and then once that video finishes, then there'll be 4 more videos waiting. They're going to be there, right there, waiting for you to watch, so you can get your teeth stuck into my new channel. And then every subsequent Sunday at 5 o'clock is going to be when the videos go out on my brand new channel. So if you are interested in home DIY, vlogging, shop with me, clean with me, interiors, upcycles, anything like that, then head on over to At Home with Claire. That is my brand new channel starting tomorrow, and I'm excited, but I'm also kind of freaking out a little bit. But also, I meant to do this last week and I am so sorry, but happy birthday to Yvonne. I got a message asking if I would shout you out and wish you a happy birthday. Yvonne celebrated her 80th birthday, I think, last week, and so sorry for the late message, but happy birthday to Yvonne, and I'm so glad you enjoy my channel, and thank you for all of your support. And to everyone else, I hope you love this video. This is my favorite autumn video to date. I hope you love it as much as me, and if you are here, I will see you tomorrow for my brand new channel launch. That is it. I've been talking long enough. Okay, let's go. So it is finally time to use these pots that I got from Shein. I did a recent Shein haul. If you missed it, I will link a card right here on the screen and you can check it out. But these 2 pots excited me. They are an acorn and a pumpkin lidded pot. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and it's finally time to create something with these. And honestly, the ideas were flowing. There are just so many possibilities. I could have gone with Jesmonite or epoxy resin or any of that jazz, but I decided to do epoxy resin and not just do resin. I want to do something super cool, and guys, I hope you agree. These results are up there as some of my best work this year. And yeah, okay, Claire, calm down. Okay, if you missed the Shein haul, now this is the acorn pot. Now it comes with a polystyrene inner. This is going to hold the pot in place while we pour the resin and just keep it solid so that the lid fits and everything works. I'm going to use this gorgeous autumn flake glitter that was given to me by Lauren over at the Resin Shed. I met her at Makers Central earlier this year and she gave me this little pot, so I'm mega grateful. And then I'm going to use all of the gorgeous autumn colours, the golds, the light browns, the beiges, the oranges, and I'm going to use that copper shimmer. Now, at first, I really didn't know what avenue to go down, and you guys know I am all about the shove it in technique. I know it is some of the best work that most of us have ever done. Sometimes when we just chuck it all in and shove it all in, we get the best results, and I figured we might as well go for it. So if you do anything like this, please tag me the hashtag Claire made me do it. Let's get into the video. The first thing I'm going to do is actually put some flowers down inside. Now, these are the gorgeous cream kind of earthy toned flowers that I got from Amazon. You would have seen these a few videos back. I used them in quite a few videos, and I've got tons, guys, because I ordered another 3 packs. Might be a bit obsessed. I decided that we're gonna risk it for a biscuit, as they say. We're gonna put some of these dried flowers down inside the pumpkin pot mold and down inside the acorn pot mold. Now, the reason this is risky is because there is a chance that we might lose them. We might not see them at all. We might not even know that we ever put them in, because we're going to be using clear resin but also some coloured resin, and there is a risk that the coloured resin will be heavier than the clear, and it will go down and it will hide these flowers, and it will be a case of, hey, they were there once. They were pretty for about a minute. But that's part of it. It's all part of the creative process to just take risks and go with the flow. Now, for the acorn mould, I did take the polystyrene support out from inside just to allow me to squeeze down inside and just get those flowers in and around the edge. In my head, I can picture the tops of these having the flowers, and then the kind of 2/3 of the bottom being all of those gorgeous autumnal colours, the tones with that shimmer with the copper in there. But I was really hoping and praying that we would still see some of these flowers. So whilst I am putting the flowers right down in. I'm getting them as close to the bottom of the mold as possible, which will be the top eventually. I know that we're gonna maybe lose them, or if anything, we're gonna lose the bottom half of them. So I got as many down in there as I could possibly get in there until I was really, really happy with how much I had. Again, if you do this, it's entirely up to you how many you put in. You can really, really pack them in, or just put a couple just to make a gorgeous little decoration. Then it was time to put the polystyrene insert back in. Now, I really would recommend keeping these polystyrene supports for these kind of molds, because sometimes they can distort. If you put resin in, they could stretch out, and then there's a risk that the lid won't fit. So if it does come with a polystyrene support, then definitely keep it in there at all times. Both of these pot molds come with stalks or stems. So all I'm going to do first, before I do anything else, I'm just going to use a paintbrush with a dab of brown mica powder. Any mica powder will do. And I'm just going to go in right into the stalks. So the acorn pot only has a teeny tiny little bump, but the pumpkin pot has this kind of wobbly off to the left kind of stalk. So you really want to make sure that you get your paintbrush right down in there to make sure that all of that stalk is completely coated in the brown mica powder. And once I'd done that, it was time to get my respirator on and mix up the resin. The resin I'm using is the Just For You Online Apex. The details for your discount code will be in the description box below, as well as codes for so many different places. So definitely check out my description box for anything that you might see here in my video. And I've mixed up quite a lot. I'm not sure how much these pots are going to take, but I've mixed up enough. I've mixed up enough. Always have spare molds to hand, because if you overmix, if you make too much, you can always just use another mold to create something else. Now, I've poured some resin into separate silicone cups. Into the first cup, I'm going to put in some of these gorgeous autumn flakes. They are sublime, guys. If you ever saw a foil that screamed autumn, this is the one. Now, into the other cups, I'm going to put in some of the orange mica powder. Again, I am using mica powders by the Colour Cottage, but unfortunately that company is no longer in operation. So any mica powders that you have that kind of match these colours, or really you could do any colour you want. But if you want autumn, then I would definitely recommend using pretty much any other mica powder. They will do the same job. Now, I'm going to go crazy with this shimmer. A couple of videos back, you would have seen that I realised this copper is not mica. It's actually like the white that I have, the super sparkle white. This is pretty much the same kind of thing, but in copper. So it's like it's not glitter, but it's a real fine dust, a gorgeous sparkly copper dust. And seeing as we are shoving it all in, chucking it all in and going with the flow, I decided to sprinkle some of that copper sparkle dust inside the molds before I pour anything as well. And I also put a little bit of that super sparkle copper into all of the colours. So this is going to be a super experimental, going with the flow kind of thing. With the orange was really, really bright, like pumpkin orange bright. I didn't really want that. So I added the teeniest, tiniest dab of the brown mica powder just to dull it down a bit and give it more of a warm, burnt orange kind of look, and not so in your face pumpkin. Again, this is the brown, but you can see that super sparkle copper running through it, and I think that is going to be absolutely beautiful as well. And these are pretty much the colours that I use with the pot. The first thing I need to do though is pour quite a bit of clear. So the clear, I'm hoping, is going to run down into those flowers that I've really, really pressed down in, and we're going to get a clear top. That was the theory anyway. That was the theory. I did give the tops a bit of a squish to make sure that the resin is really deep down in there, that the clear has reached every nook and cranny of the bottoms of the molds. Again, I don't usually do things like this. I usually put my flowers down into resin. I don't usually put flowers in first and then pour the resin. And now we just pour nilly-willy. No rhyme or reason. We're just going for it. We're going with the flow. We're going for it. We're pouring a bit of the brown, a bit of the cream, a bit of the gold, the orangey brown, a bit of the clear, going back in with the brown. Again, no rules. We have the absolute freedom in this project to pour what we want, where we want, when we want. Okay, this video, freedom, absolute freedom. Doing what we want. There's nothing, I didn't think about, do I want the left hand side to be mostly brown or the right hand side to be mostly orange? And the truth is, if you're new to epoxy resin does what it wants anyway. So I could have a plan with something like this and it might turn out completely different. So I think it's always better to go in with no plan, because then you're not expecting any results, kind of. Your expectations aren't going to be, you're not going to be too disappointed, because it's going to just come out as it was designed to come out, Am I making sense? Anyway, back to the lids. Now, ideally, I would have had some kind of floral arrangement in the lid with some of the clear resin in there as well. But here's the thing. I know that because these are more open, they've got a much bigger surface area, they're flatter, that's not going to work. If I pour clear resin into these with flowers and then I pour in all of these gorgeous luxurious dark colours, I know for a fact they are going to mingle so much with the clear resin at the bottom that it's just going to be a mishmash and I might not be happy with the results. However, what you could do if you really wanted flowers in your lids, you could pour some clear resin in there with the flowers. Just wait a few hours until it's kind of tacky, and then you could pour your backing colours on top. I decided not to go with that angle. We're just going to go with the flow. We're just going to go with the flow and wait until you see these results. I cannot even cope with these results. I have already shown my patrons. Thank you so much to my patrons. You guys are amazing and your support means everything. I did a video for them showing them these results because I was utterly obsessed. I know, me, obsessed. That never happens. But look at this. How stunning is this? Like, I'm talking slowly so we can all take it in. We've got that stunning autumn foil, and look at this. These flowers, these leaves, they have almost acted like partition walls, like barriers. They've allowed the clear resin to stay clear, whilst all of that gorgeous, yummy, the browns, the copper, the orange, allowed it all to come in behind and just meld, like amalgamate into the most beautiful patterns, whilst keeping some clear space. We can see the flowers. We can see the flowers absolutely beautifully. The resin, the apex, just for you online, the clarity is next level. Brushing that stem with the brown worked a dream. And look at this, guys. I'm obsessed. This was the official beginning of a love story between me and this kind of resin. We have a few more videos to come, guys, because I couldn't stop, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I demolded, I got straight back on it and I carried on. Look at this pumpkin. Can we take a moment? Can we take a moment to just imagine that this is the exact pumpkin that Cinderella used? I mean, is it not stunning? As soon as I demolded this, I was honestly, I was just squealing in my craft room, like, this is a wow, an absolute wow. It is beautiful, it is autumnal, it is warm, it is cozy. Everything about these came out. They exceeded my expectations. The whole, if you've been with me a while, you'll know that I say the whole shove it in thing, go with the flow and hope and just go for it. I am telling you now, it always gives you the biggest buzz when you demold, because you don't know what to expect. Resin does what resin wants, but this is next level beautiful. Now the pumpkin pot, I noticed it had a little nodule on the lid, and then I realised it had a little kind of divot on the pot, and they slot into each other to keep the lid on. How adorable is that? Fitted like a glove. I could not be more happy and more obsessed with these results. Like, let me know what you are thinking. I cannot get enough of this. I absolutely love them. Guys, the pots themselves are amazing. The lids fit. Like, come on. How many pot molds are there where the lids just don't fit? You have to demold early to get the lid to fit and make sure the resin is a little bit kind of malleable at that point. But I am so in love. I'm so head over heels in love with the combination of these dried flowers and this gorgeous autumnal chef's kiss, guys. I'm obsessed. Look at these. Just look at these. Anyway, okay, I'm hyper. I'm really hyper because I think this is my favourite autumn project that I've ever made. Oh, and I had leftovers. Made mini mushrooms. They're cute. But let's get into it. I think they mostly remind me of vintage glass. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love them. I know I've said it before. I don't want to keep repeating myself. But anyway, here they are. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think they're my fave. They're my absolute favourite creation for autumn to date. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video on Monday. But if you are here and you're going to check out my home channel, then I will see you all tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And let me know what you think. Okay, I'm going to go get a cup of tea and I'm going to take some deep breaths. Bye.